You've been told your entire life that buying property is the smart move. Your parents said it, the banks said it, the news said it, and for most people in the UK, it's the biggest financial decision they'll ever make. In 2004, two brothers each inherited £150,000. One did exactly what he was told. One didn't. 20 years later, the gap between them will change how you think about money forever. Stay with me. Let's start with brother one, because the case for property is genuinely compelling. In 2004, the average UK house price was £150,633. By 2024, £292,059, nearly double. And that's before we even talk about leverage. Because here's something investing simply can't do. Imagine you only have £30,000. You can't buy £150,000 worth of shares with it, but you can use it as a deposit on a £150,000 property. You control the entire asset. So when prices rise, you're gaining on the full value, not just your deposit. That's how property fortunes get built. And then there's the thing no spreadsheet can capture. Property feels real. You can touch it, walk through it, paint the walls. It's tangible. It's familiar. It's British. Most people feel safer owning a house than owning tiny pieces of hundreds of companies they've never heard of. And honestly, that's completely understandable. So at this point in the story, brother one looks like the smart one. He's got an asset that nearly doubled. He's got walls. He's got security. But here's where it gets complicated. Before we can call a winner, we need the real number. Not the headline number, the real one. Because when people talk about property gains, they almost always look at two figures: what they paid and what they sold for. But that's not the full picture, not even close. Buying a property comes with immediate costs most people quietly ignore. Stamp duty, legal fees, surveys, moving costs, easily £15,000 to £25,000 before you've unpacked a single box. Then comes maintenance. Roofs leak, boilers fail, windows age, things break. Homeowners can easily spend over £5,750 in the first year alone. And those costs don't stop. They come back, every single year. But the cost nobody wants to look at directly? The mortgage. On a typical 25-year repayment mortgage, you can pay £100,000 to £130,000 in interest alone, not paying down the house, just interest. So here's the question nobody asks at the dinner table. You spent 25 years paying off that mortgage, but who actually got rich from that arrangement? Now let's look at what brother two was quietly doing this whole time. Brother two took the same £150,000 and then did something that sounds almost too simple. Nothing. He didn't check it every day, didn't panic when markets dropped, didn't move it around. He just left it. No viewings, no repair bills, no mortgage applications, no estate agents, no broken boilers at midnight. Just time. Now the numbers. Over 20 years, the FTSE 100 delivered a total return of 244%, around 6.4% per year, including dividends. The S&P 500 averaged 8.4% annually over the same period. A globally diversified index fund, roughly 7 to 7.5% annualized. Those percentages sound underwhelming. But compounding doesn't care whether you're impressed. At 7.5% annual growth, £150,000 invested in 2004 becomes approximately £650,000 by 2024. £650,000. No stamp duty, no maintenance, no mortgage, no phone calls about broken boilers. Just a number on a screen that kept quietly growing while brother two got on with his life. The numbers are starting to look very uncomfortable for one side of this argument. Here it is. The property looked like it doubled. £150,000 in, £292,000 out. Until you remember what it actually cost to get there. The buying costs, the maintenance, the repairs, the mortgage interest. Strip all of that away, and the real net gain on that property sits somewhere between £80,000 and £100,000. Now look at brother 2, £650,000. Pause on that. Not £200,000, not £300,000, £650,000, from the same starting point. Brother 2 didn't work harder, he didn't find some secret, he didn't take a risk most people would call reckless. He just wasn't lied to about which option actually builds wealth. Now, before the comment section catches fire, property isn't the villain here. For millions of people, it's one of the best decisions they'll ever make. It forces saving. Many people simply wouldn't invest consistently without the pressure of a mortgage payment. Leverage can massively amplify gains in a rising market. And you need somewhere to live. But here's the thing. The problem was never property. The problem is that for decades, one option was sold to you as the only sensible choice, while the other was quietly making people wealthy in the background. And nobody told you. Property builds walls. Investing builds freedom. The question was never which one wins. It was which one you were actually told the truth about. If this changed how you see things, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe to Pound Smart Pete, because next video we're going after another money myth that's been quietly costing you for years.